Another Batman cartoon? What's up, everyone? Jared from Patriots and Pop Culture here, and I don't think anybody was expecting to get this kind of announcement today, but it looks like we're going to get a new Batman animated series. This news is coming from The Hollywood Reporter. It's also on Variety and a lot of other websites as well. Batman animated series from JJ Abrams and Matt Reeves coming to HBO Max. JJ Abrams and Matt Reeves are re-teaming for a new Batman animated series. The powerhouse directors, along with DC Animated Universe veteran Bruce Timm, have received a straight-to-series order for Batman Caped Crusader from HBO Max and Cartoon Network. The series is billed as a reimagining of the Batman mythology. We are beyond excited to be working together to bring this character back to tell engrossing new stories in Gotham City, said Abrams. The series will be thrilling, cinematic, and evocative of Batman's noir roots, while diving deeper into the psychology of these iconic characters. We cannot wait to share this new world. For Timm, the project is a return to an animated world he helped establish in 1995's acclaimed Batman the Animated Series. Batman the Animated Series was a masterpiece that shaped the perception of the character for an entire generation of fans, said Warner Brothers Animation President Sam Register. It is in that spirit that we are bringing together three master storytellers in JJ, Matt, and Bruce, each with their own intuitive understanding and affection for the character, to create a series that will continue in the same groundbreaking legacy. More show details from the release. Utilizing state-of-the-art animation techniques and technologies available, this powerful creative partnership will once again reinvent Batman and his iconic rogues gallery with sophisticated storytelling, nuanced characters, and intense action sequences, all set in a visually striking world. And here's the promo poster for Batman Caped Crusader, looking very much like the original 1939 cowl with the ears that extend outward. If they're going for an origin story, I kind of dig it. But it appears that HBO Max is not content with having a Batman cartoon on their platform. They have also greenlit a Superman animated series that will be geared towards kids and families. HBO Max and Cartoon Network have also ordered a new Superman animated series as well. My Adventures with Superman has Jack Quaid from The Boys voicing Superman Clark Kent. The series is described as a kids and family animated series following 20-something versions of Superman, Lois Lane, and Jimmy Olsen, as they begin to discover who they are and everything they can accomplish together as an investigative reporting team at the Daily Planet. And here's your first look at the characters. You can see it's a stumbling, bumbling Clark Kent, probably very reminiscent of the Christopher Reeve version of Clark. Lois Lane seems to be very, very excited about something. And of course, like everything else, Jimmy Olsen, who is normally a redhead, has been replaced to be a black character. What exactly is DC and Marvel's problem with redheads? Every redhead that they have eventually gets replaced with a black actor. Almost like it's a conspiracy. This is the first animated Superman series in many years, and we want to tell our Superman story through the trio of Clark, Lois, and Jimmy, whose relationship dynamic will allow for rich, serialized, and engaging stories as we explore their lives as individuals and their journey together as friends. So the whole concept of JJ Abrams and Matt Reeves being involved in an animated series, honestly, for me, is a little concerning, considering the fact that I do not believe that JJ Abrams has any idea what he's doing, especially when it comes to DC characters. And giving him such an important character such as Batman, who has such a rich history, especially in the animated series genres, it is concerning to me. Having Matt Reeves there probably helps that a little bit. Having Bruce Timm there, as long as we're getting the Bruce Timm from the 90s, and not the one that helped develop Batman and Harley, the animated movie, then I think we'll be okay. After all, he did give us Batman the Animated Series and started a universe that was very rich in characters and stories, Batman the Animated Series, Superman the Animated Series, Justice League Unlimited, all of which are very beloved by DC fans. I mean, who can forget the opening to Batman the Animated Series with the red sky and the shadows of the characters? Having that lightning come down behind Batman as he's standing up there watching the cops come and take the bad guys away that he just captured. It was pretty damn iconic. And of course, we had Superman the Animated Series, which is really the only long-standing Superman cartoon that we've had. We've had a couple others that lasted maybe a season, maybe two, but they weren't very well received like this version was. The Timmverse characters were very, very beloved. And of course, having both Batman Animated Series and Superman Animated Series leading into Justice League, which gave us our first team-up of these characters since DC Super Friends that took place decades before. Of course, replacing some of the iconic original characters from the original team, we get Jon Stewart Green Lantern instead of Hal Jordan, and Wally West as the Flash. And Wally West was the main Flash in the comics for about 20 years. Barry Allen didn't really come back until like right before Flashpoint. And then of course we have Hawk Girl or Hawk Woman or whatever you want to call her. I believe Hawk Girl was her main name in that cartoon. It's been a very long time since I've watched it, guys. Give me a break. And it led into Justice League Unlimited, which expanded to basically having every hero that they could think of being involved from DC Comics at least show up in a cameo. A lot of them had their own little segments in episodes. A lot of them had their own episodes. And of course, the trio of Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman from the Justice League cartoons developed by Bruce Timm were very, very reminiscent of the versions that we got in live action with Christopher Reeve in the late 70s and through the 80s, Michael Keaton's Batman, and Linda Carter's Wonder Woman from her TV show in the 70s. But it's not just the animated TV series that fans hold very close. You also have animated films such as Batman Under the Red Hood, one of my personal favorites. An animated movie that introduces a dead Robin coming back for vengeance, not only against Batman, but against the man who killed him, the Joker. And this version of the Joker is very, very sick and sadistic. He plays Jason and Bruce against each other at the end, antagonizing Jason, knowing that he's full of emotion. And somehow Batman still manages to keep his cool given the extreme situation that he's put in. We get in Dick Grayson as Nightwing. They have not introduced Tim Drake yet. Batman is still kind of in a state of depression over what happened to Jason. We've had Batman the Brave and the Bold. We've had The Batman. One of my favorites recently was actually Beware the Batman. As soon as you can get over the weird animation style, it's actually a really good story. Instead of having a Robin, his sidekick is actually Katana, and it gives us an introduction to a lot of the rogues that we don't get in any of the other cartoons. You get to have stories about Anarchy, Professor Pig, and there's a very long story throughout the second half about Slade Wilson, Deathstroke. And then, of course, there's more recent animated shows like Young Justice that started out very strong, but unfortunately was put in a really bad time slot on Cartoon Network. It's not necessarily the show's fault. They had a groundbreaking fan movement after season 2 was reported to be its last, and it went years without getting a season 3. But finally, whenever they created the DC Universe app before it migrated over to HBO Max, we did get a Young Justice season 3 called Outsiders. And it was a couple of years, once again, after Season 2. Very, very close to the Timmverse was Teen Titans. It was not exactly a part of the Timmverse. It was more of an anime style. And it ran for a few seasons. It was very, very well-liked. And then it got canceled. And then a couple of years later, another version of Teen Titans came out that was geared specifically towards toddlers and elementary school kids called Teen Titans Go. And a lot of fans got really upset about this because they thought that Teen Titans Go replaced Teen Titans, not realizing that it had absolutely nothing to do with the original show. They just wanted another version of Teen Titans, and this time they geared it towards a younger audience. So DC does have a very long-standing legacy when it comes to animation. Their cartoons and their films have by far been some of the best for the most part. You can dissect it here and there. You can pick apart a couple of them. But for the most part, they've done a really, really good job with their animated TV shows and movies. So I am holding out hope that this is going to be a very good 2 series in Batman, Caped Crusader, and the new Superman. Both of these will be on HBO Max under the Cartoon Network umbrella. I don't know if it's going to be on Cartoon Network on the actual channel or if it's going to be specifically for HBO Max. Time will tell on that. This is a brand new announcement. We don't really know a whole lot about it except what was in the article. So hopefully we'll get some more information on it soon. Hopefully we'll get to see a little bit coming up in the next couple of months if they get some of the animation done. I've got a feeling that in the Batman one, we're going to get some version of the Batman the Animated Series theme song. It might be a little bit different considering the fact that it's supposed to be before the other series. Time will tell on this. We'll see. I am apprehensive about JJ Abrams being involved in it. I do hope that Bruce Timm and Matt Reeves kind of curve some of the outrageously stupid decisions that JJ has done in previous things, and it does not creep into Batman. But I'm not holding out a whole lot of hope for that because JJ is going to be the one in charge of all of this. Everybody else is going to be working for him. So at the end of the day, what he says is going to be final say. So we can only hope that it's going to be good. But at least they did tease us that we're going to get not just Batman, but we're going to get Superman as well. Once again, I have an issue with them doing a race swapping of characters, especially characters that have been around for 80 years. And the craziest thing about it is that almost every time they race swap these characters, it's replacing a redhead. Like I said earlier, it kind of sounds like they have some sort of conspiracy against redheads. I don't know what it is, but when you have the West family in the Flash comics, redheads, all of a sudden when you put them in live action, not redheads anymore. And it's not that they're just not redheads anymore. They completely race swap the characters for no reason whatsoever, except we don't have enough of this particular group of people in this comic, or in this TV show, or in this movie. Well, use different characters then, or create some characters, but quit replacing established characters with a race swap or a gender swap, or all of a sudden making them gay for no reason whatsoever, except you're just trying to get those boxes checked. The majority of the people that they're trying to virtue signal to don't even read their comics, don't even watch their shows. They're just activists online. They just want you to make changes. They want you to bend the knee. And both comic book companies, DC and Marvel, are both very guilty of doing this. Despite the fact that they're going to race swap Jimmy Olsen again, this is the second time they've done this to him. I'm going to hold out hope that it's a good show. I do have HBO Max, so I've held out hope. Obviously, I'm not as vocal about restoring all of the stuff now that JJ is fully in charge, because I just kind of think it's a waste of breath. I don't think that he has the balls to do it. He doesn't have the nerve to do it. He doesn't think that his version of these characters in his universe would be able to stand up against Zack Snyder's version, especially with the massive fan movement that Zack Snyder had. So I honestly think that JJ Abrams is scared of Zack Snyder, and that's why he wants nothing to do with Zack Snyder. I don't understand the logic behind him being involved in an animated show, but I'm still going to hope that it's good. I do believe that having Bruce Timm involved will help that tremendously. I just don't know how much pull Bruce Timm is going to have in making the decisions at the end of the day, because he's not in charge of this universe like he was the previous one. This is going to be JJ's animated universe. We can only hope that it's not just a complete dumpster fire. What do you think about this, guys? Tell me if you're excited about the Batman animated show coming, the Superman animated show coming, what you think about the designs of the characters from what we've seen so far. Any of it gotten you excited? Any of it got you a little less excited than you would be if you just saw the poster or if you just heard that Bruce Timm was involved? Is there anything that is turning you on towards it or turning you away from it. Let me know in the comments, guys. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you comment on it, share it. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Hit the bell to get notifications, and we will see you on the next video. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as my kid says,
click on bell
to get notifications for upcoming videos.